Good morning. Good, nice, finally cooled off a little bit. Try to show the bird bath. There was a blue jay in it just a second ago. So I just had a thought come up, and I was thinking about, I have a YouTube guy I follow, and he was talking about basically people coming on there that were, hating on him and all this stuff. And he's does the heartfulness system. I actually learned the heartfulness meditation because of him, and it's changed my life. I mean, it's just every day I'm just grateful that I learned it. And but he was talking about how he does videos on pop culture, and he does videos on the Illuminati stuff, and all the stuff in Hollywood and all that, and exposing it, and exposing how demonic and evil they are. And it's a hard, it's one of those jobs that you really don't want to have to do. It's kind of like being I guess we look at, there's certain jobs in society that are considered low level, like picking up the trash, or sewer systems, maintaining sewer systems and that. But you have to think those are the most important jobs. I mean, imagine if all the trash piles up, what a mess you have. I work in a hospital, and I consider the cleaning people to be the most important people, and it's sad because they get paid the least, and they get treated the worst, honestly. But with all the infections and all the infectious disease and all that, in my opinion, they have the highest job, and they should actually get paid a lot more than they do, because they're keeping the hospital safe. If they don't do a good job, then these hospital-acquired infection rates go up, and I think it's an overlooked thing. But anyway, I was making this video because I was thinking of Peace Pilgrim, and there's this story Peace Pilgrim tells where she's, Peace Pilgrim walked across the United States several times, espousing peace. It was during the Cold War, and she was, speaking out against nuclear war and stuff. But mostly she was just, speaking about God and connecting to Source, and, working as a collective to raise up to a higher level. And she was doing this, in the 1950s. And she was walking one day, and she said she got picked up by a policeman because she was they consider her like a vagrant, like a homeless person, and threw her in jail. So she had to spend the night in jail. And when she was in jail, she met this young girl who had been thrown in jail, who was making bad choices, who wasn't making a good, decisions, and she was real despondent. And Peace Program was able to lift her up to a higher level and help her understand and help her. And I'm assuming that this lady went on and had a normal life, and probably at that moment when she met Peace Pilgrim and heard this information, it probably changed her whole perspective on things and gave her hope. And the reason I thought of the story is, sometimes we do jobs and we don't understand what the purpose is. But once we start on the godly path, once we start on that, the path to the heart, then we become an actor for God. At that time, we may not even realize it at the time, but we become a godly actor. So instead of being in a place where we're, doubting ourselves, we just start to flow with that. Peace Program didn't say, "Oh, I'm a victim, and you're abusing my rights, and you're, I'm going to sue you." And she didn't do that. She just said, "You know what? This is God's plan for me, and I'm going to go with this." She didn't fight it. And she ended up getting out of jail the next day because it was like a big mistake. But it wasn't a mistake, because she got put in jail to help this lady. And I think it's important that we start, that's kind of where we're at right now. It's not about finding fault with each other. It's about accepting accepting God's will, getting our ego to a point where it doesn't have to understand everything. And I think that's a huge place to be. I just want to put it out there. Sorry this is so shaky. It's kind of cold. My hands are kind of shaking. All right. Have a good day.